Hi, welcome back to Crafting Country Life. I'm Andrea, and I'm here to share a recent project that I just finished up, and it has kind of a tropical and fruit theme. The products that I used for this, I'm going to just share those first. I picked up a die set of some flip-flops, and I got this on Amazon. Paid a little bit more, but it did have free shipping. I looked on AliExpress, but they didn't have them in stock. So I went on to Amazon and found them. And I was inspired by Jody over at Paper Play. If you haven't been to her channel, she has some adorable projects. And she shared a bunch of these beautiful flip-flops that she made using this die set. So let me show you what's included in the set. Okay, so this is what comes in with it. You get the backing plates, and these are really cute because you can emboss, these different patterns into your projects. I used foam to do the bases, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. So it kind of gave it a look that it really was, foam flip-flops. So the two embossing plates come in the package, and then you get your backing plate, one for each foot, or each, right and left. Okay, and then you also get the shaker part, or the border, one for each foot, okay? And it comes with the little straps, one for each foot. They are slightly different, so you do need both pieces, okay? And then it comes with the little hole reinforcers where the plastic straps go through. And then two types of flowers. So you've got the smaller set of flowers here. And then, here we go. This is the other style. Okay. So that's what comes in the set. And let me just get these out of the way. And then I'm going to show you what I created. These out of here. Okay, so here are the flip-flops. Here's the first set that I made. Okay, I just think they're so cute. These are about, let's see, just under 4 inches long, and they're just darling. I mean, you could use these as tags. You could use them to make a tiny album of, wouldn't these be cute as a tag flip? Do each one differently. I mean, there's just so many possibilities. So what I did is I put them on foam, regular, foam, craft store foam. And then I also put the straps on foam. Which I don't know if you can see that. The lighting isn't that good. So they're up on a little bit of foam. And then I just put, the border trims around on top of the foam. And I used my felt and foam glue to attach them together. And then I just added a little Michael's flower on each strap. Okay, so that's the first set. Then I made another set, and I also, here, let me show you these first. I put them in a pretty tag. Okay, so this is the second set. And these, I embossed the back with the embossing plates. I don't know if that shows too well, but yeah, there you can kind of see what it gives for an impression. Isn't that cute? And then, of course, you've got your little hole reinforcers here. You just glue those on. These I raised up a little more dimensionally, so they look more like a real flip-flop. And when you look at these, I just glued them on flat. So this would be nice if you're doing multiples and you don't need the dimension. You can just use it in the flat position. And then, of course, these are the dimensional. And then I used the little flower die that comes with the set to create the flowers, and I put Nuvo drops in the center. And again, this is the foam. I just put these up on craft foam when I cut them out and glued them on. So I thought they came out so cute with the little pineapples. I think they're adorable. So then I tucked them into this tag that I made. Okay, and then I used my citrus die. I know I got this on Ally, but I've had it in my stash for so long that I don't remember any of the details about it. It does not come, this die did not come with a backing piece. So I just used my 2-inch circle punch to create the backing piece. Okay, and here's an example of one glued together with just flat. You know, it's not in a shaker format, but I used the 2-inch die around the back, and then the cutout parts are just glued on. So that's just a little sample. And then this one, the shaker die, I filled with the Michaels Fruit glitter bottles, the little glitter bottles there that they carry. And I made a shaker out of it and added some Michaels flowers and used the little leaves there to kind of dress it up a bit. Okay, and this is on 110-pound cardstock that I got at Joann's years ago. So it's good and sturdy. And then the top, I just used some coordinating ribbons that I had in my stash that pulled out the colors in the papers that I used. I think this one is Paige Evans, one of her collections. And then the check is just a scrap from my scrap stash. But yeah, just a little library pocket style there. And then these get tucked right inside. Okay. Okay. And then for the actual pocket, this is a KS Craft, I believe a KS Craft die that I've had for years. And it has 3 different sizes of these beautiful tags with the, you know, pretty eyelet trim. I just love these. I use these a lot. And I like the large opening at the top because you can fit more trims through there, which is really nice, you know, for doing your tassels at the top, you know. So, okay, so that is that. And the other thing that I wanted to share is some scrap stash busting projects that I've been working on recently. So let me share those. I'm going to put these out. There's quite a few of them. These are little ATC card sized pockets that I created. Okay, and I think that's it, right? Is that all of them? I think that's all of them. Yeah, that's it. So let's start the beginning. Okay, so this is an ATC pocket that I created. Okay, and the ATC card itself, here's what it looks like. There's the back. I just, you know, and all of these papers are from my scrap stash. And what I do is I have a couple of plastic boxes that I keep larger and smaller scraps in. And then, you know, when I want to, I just pull those out. And my goal for this project was to use things that I had already. All the papers come from my scrap stash and also from my scrap stash die cuts. So what I do is I have these photo boxes, I have many of these, and I keep them all in a bureau drawer. I have an old bureau in my studio here, and one drawer is dedicated to these photo album boxes, and they're all labeled. So what I've done over the years is whenever I have a few minutes and my scrap bin gets full, you know, I keep scraps in this little black tote, you know, reasonably sized scraps, and even some of them that aren't so great. You know, there's a lot of cutouts in here, but there's some empty space that you can use to punch. So I collect these, and when it gets full, I sit down, you know, in an evening or what have you, and I gather up a bunch of hand punches, and I sit and punch, and then I put them into these cases. This one is small flowers and foliage, and here's what's inside. Just one example. So there's all kinds of little flowers in there, some sprigs of foliage and so on. And then I have this little stash, all made from scraps, sitting in my bureau. So I pulled out a number of these and I sat down and I did some cutting. The ATC cards are paper scraps that I have, and I cut them up to standard ATC size, which is 3.5 by 2.5. And then I just corner rounded them. And then I took some larger scraps and I folded up and made these cute little pockets to keep them in. And let's see, did I actually, I thought I had written down, yes, I did. Here are my notes. And I mean, you can stop the video and capture this. These are the measurements that I came up with to create the pockets. Okay, so I'm cutting pieces 3.5 by 5 3/4 inches, and then I'm scoring the pieces at 2 3/4 and 5.5 inches. Trim the tiny little skinny scrap off the corner so that when you glue it together, it's not poking up. Okay, so then once you cut them all out, glue them together, you can decorate them. And I did add a little, I punched out a little notch there as well, you know, before I glued them together. So front and back, and they're just so adorable. These are all, as I said, all using scraps from my little photo boxes. And then of course I had I have stickers, so I pulled some stickers out and used those. A couple of them have a little bit of ephemera from some of my Maggie Holmes collections. But isn't that cute? I just love the colors. And it's so much fun, and it's so therapeutic sitting and putting these together. So these pop right in, like so. And isn't that pretty? And you can gift these. You could even make one of these and add like a gift, like a gift card in with this to make a beautiful presentation for a gift. You can stack them up and gift them to your paper crafting friends. I also have a few here that are blank, okay, so that I can gift these to, you know, a paper crafting somebody that I, you know, swap with or gift to, and they can embellish and decorate these themselves, okay? So that's the first one. Here's the second one. And again, I have a box with just punched out banners, and so I just reach into that and find, here's my banner case. So there's all kinds in here, just punched out from scrap pieces. And I just accumulate them as I go. And then I can use them. And they're already cut and punched out for me. So here's the front of this one. Okay, it says Reflections. And then there's some jemmies glued on there. And here's the ATC card. These are the moments I want to keep in my heart forever. Just added a little satin bow on the end. And then the index tabs. I have another box with just scrap index tabs. So I glued that one on, and it seemed to match the colorway quite well. So there's that one. Okay, the next one. Okay, this is hearts glued onto the front. Also some Nuvo drops you can see in the center of the flowers. And here's the ATC card. Be a light. And again, all scraps, which makes the process go along so quickly when everything's already pre-cut for you. You just have to grab and assemble. I love that. This one is still a little bit wet, which is why it's not in its envelope. But this has the tiny Nuvo drops in the corner, and the color of that particular Nuvo drop is called Blue Babe. And I love it. It's the palest whisper of blue, and so pretty. So yeah, a little bit of Maggie Holmes ephemera there. Okay. And here's the little coin envelope that it slips into. Okay, so there's that one, and then the last one here is this. This is, I think this is a Maggie Holmes paper, if I'm not mistaken. It was in my scrap bin. Okay, and then the envelope has a gingham bow that I made using my Bow It All tool, and a banner with a little dangle on it. Okay, and then here's the ATC card itself. Don't forget, just put a couple of little buttons on there, and these are from the Papery pack. Oh, for which collection? I think it was the Gingham Gardens collection. You know, you can purchase the Papery pack, so that's what these came from, and I just stuck those on the front. These bows I had already die cut in my stash of die cuts. So that is the collection of these beautiful little ATC cards. all together. I really had a fun time putting these together. It was very relaxing, which is one of the reasons I love doing paper crafts, is that you do get very much absorbed in putting all these tiny little things together. So I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll be back again soon with some more paper crafting projects. Take care.